What's up, guys? Like my Splatoon hat. Got this at my local GameStop. They had an extra hat, so lucky enough to give it to me. Love this thing. Got the green one. I like the green. But yeah, Splatoon. Amazing game. I need to play more, but work's kept me busy. Anyways, this is the first episode of a new series that I'm testing out, sort of. It's called Game for Thought, or game for kind of like food for thought, but this is about gaming, so game for thought. There's a couple other things I wanted to talk about. Pretty much this series will pretty much be me discussing certain things, whether it's gaming news or my thoughts on something, news, rumors, um, or just random gaming things in general. Whether it's about a singular game, a series, about an issue going on in gaming. A lot of Nintendo stuff just because it's mostly what I work with, but there will be other stuff too for gaming. Mostly dealing with console and handhelds, not really PC or anything like that. I'm not into all that, but yeah, just a series I'm testing out. What I want to talk about today is a couple things. First off, Nintendo did have a micro direct, and it was actually really cool. I wanted to share my thoughts on it. It was only 17 minutes long. I actually watched it today when I was on lunch from at work, and it was a really good for 17 minutes. They showed a lot of stuff, and this close to E3, I was really shocked that we got this. It came out of nowhere. Although it's not too shocking because Japan recently had a direct as well. Even though a lot of the stuff they showed we didn't get, like they showed a lot more stuff for Fire Emblem If, which for some reason, even though we're getting that game, we didn't get info on it. Probably because we're not getting it until next year. Japan's getting it. I think they already have it dated in Japan. I'm not exactly sure, but they're getting the two different versions, which is strange, but whatever. Anyways, they showed that. They showed Dragon Quest 8, which we're probably never going to get because Square Enix is just, it's a whole other topic, Square Enix. But yeah, they showed some other stuff. But the things they showed in our direct were, okay, first thing, what I'm most excited about is the new Chibi Robo game. It's called like Chibi Robo Ziplash or something like that. But it's a side-scrolling platformer, Chibi Robo game. He actually uses his plug to whip, sort of like Castlevania, but also more puzzle-based, I want to say. It looks really interesting. I like that they're going a side-scrolling route with it. Chibi Robo is kind of like one of those series like Star Fox, where there's not really a set. It has to be this style of game. So each Chibi Robo game is a little bit different. This is the first one where they've actually gone to a full-on like side-scrolling action, and I actually really like that. It's a very underrated series that Nintendo needs to do more stuff with, and I like how they've been doing that lately. They're bringing Star Fox back. I got a new Chibi Robo game. They just made a Chibi Robo download game. I think it was like last year, the year before, the Photo Finish or whatever it was called for 3DS, the eShop. That was cool. But really, yeah, they're doing good. Hopefully, we'll get more oldies or whatever. What's cool is that there's also an amiibo coming with it. It's a little amiibo of Chibi Robo. It looks cute as hell. I love the amiibos. I don't care what people say about the stock issues and all that. It's annoying, yes, but I love these things. They're really interesting. And then what they're doing with the new one is really cool. How it actually it makes you a little bit stronger in the game without being too overpowered. It looks like it's not like, for example, Donkey Kong Country Returns, where you have a super guide, you die too much, and you become like God Kong, and it plays the level for you. It's nothing bullshit like that. It's not like the Mario games where you get the gold Tanuki and just invincible plow levels. It's not that. You can still die, it looks like, and it doesn't give you a huge boost. It just gives you a slight edge. Like you're a little bit stronger, faster. Your whip goes longer. So that's pretty cool. I like how they're doing that. Plus, there's the unlockable figures, kind of like the trophies from Smash Bros. That they're doing with it. It's really cool. I can't wait. Drops this October. I will definitely be getting it. It comes in a bundle. The amiibo, they said, comes exclusively in this bundle, which kind of makes sense. It's probably going to be the only way they're releasing the game, at least what I'm guessing, because Chibi Robo is a very, very underrated, very less known Nintendo franchise. So not many people are going to go out and be rushing to get, oh, I got to get the new Chibi Robo game of the year. No, it's not going to be like that. It's not like your Pokemon. It's not like your Mario. Even though I just strictly because it has an amiibo, I can guarantee this game is going to be a little bit harder to find just because they're going to undership because it's Chibi Robo. Not really a lot of people know or even play the game, as well as it's an amiibo. People are going to buy it up. So hopefully pre-orders go up soon, so I really want to get that. The big news that a lot of people are probably freaking out about is Bravely Second. Finally got dated for North America, and I believe outside of the Direct, or was it during the Direct? I'm not sure, but I know somewhere they also said it's coming to Europe. That's not going to be till next year, 2016. We're probably going to get it in the spring or something like Bravely Default did. Cool, but I got to see more about Bravely Second. To be honest, I own Bravely Default. Have not even got around to playing it. The demo didn't hook me like I thought it would, and personally, I kind of wish Nintendo would publish more Dragon Quest games. There's like 6 different games on the 3DS now in Japan that we haven't even gotten. Dragon Quest 8 remake, or not remake, it's an enhanced port, but it's still it has more characters and more story and everything. I love Dragon Quest. I wish it was a series that they would bring more over here, but again, Square Enix is just so iffy nowadays. Nintendo kind of stopped publishing it. It's a whole other issue that I'm not even gonna get into. But you know, for people who like Bravely Default, cool. You got the second one. I may check it out. In fact, it's published by Nintendo, so I'll probably buy it on principle alone. But I still gotta go back and play the first one. Dr. Mario Miracle Cure for 3DS. It's going to be a digital only, but I'm not a big fan of Dr. Mario games. It's nothing against them. I'm just not a big puzzler in general. But however, lately I've been more open to puzzle games. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Shuffle. Puzzle and Dragon Z is really good. And Dr. Mario, I played a bit more in the NES Remix games, so I'm getting more, I guess, in tune with it. Whereas back in the day, I was never a big fan of it just because I wasn't a big puzzler in general. And the new one has some features that are more for, I guess you would say, casual puzzle fans, kind of like myself. So, you know, it looks cool. I may get it. It comes out June 11th. You're actually able to preload it now, so it's pretty cool. Again, you know, bringing back older series, even though they did have a Dr. Luigi a couple of years ago, but still. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. It's another Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game. I don't know what else to say about it. If you like the game's cool. I haven't really delved into much of them. It is cool if they have. They're gonna show every single of the 720 Pokemon in the game. That's actually really cool. A nice feat. I don't know if you're gonna be able to play as them all, but that's actually really cool. Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. It's not really all that surprising. Every couple of years, the new Mario and Sonic game. But this one actually looks pretty cool. I like how they're actually differentiating more between the handheld and console ones. I like how they're doing exclusive events. Like for the 3DS, you have golf, which looks cool, and then you have Rugby Sevens. That's exclusive to the Wii U. So that one's pretty cool. I'm not really into the Mario Sonic games. I don't know. They've always been bare bones to me. But depending on how the new one goes, I might check it out. Have to see more. I know there's gonna be more characters in it, like Nabbit and Diddy Kong and stuff. But you know, we'll see. Art Academy Home Studio. New Art Academy game. Again, it's not really my thing. I'm not really much of an artist. My stick figures even suck. So if I was an artist, hey, I'd get it. But again, nice new addition, and I believe it's like $3 or $4 off if you already have the Art Academy game that they released on Wii U a couple years back. So I like how they're doing that. Hopefully they do that for more games in the future. I'm surprised they're not doing it with Dr. Mario Miracle Cure. Like, oh, you have Dr. Luigi, well, here's like $3 off Dr. Mario Miracle Cure. I'm surprised they're not doing that. But hey, you know, new Art Academy, people like it. I know it has its audience, so cool. Namco Bandai's Project Treasure. It's a 4-player co-op action game. They didn't show it in the direct, but they said there's a teaser on their YouTube channel. I did go and check it out. It looks really awesome. It looks really fun. I will definitely have to be picking this game up. The Wii U, yes, does not have a lot of third-party games as far as like the multi-platform games. It doesn't have your Call of Duty, doesn't have your Assassin's Creed, so on and so forth. But it does have the few third-party games it has are games tailored for the system, and they are really, really good. Wonderful 101, Bayonetta 2. We got Rodea the Sky Soldier coming out this September, which looks amazing. Project Treasure looks amazing. Shin Megami Tensei Crossfire Emblem. While it is published by Nintendo, for the most part, it's made by a third party. It's made by Atlus. It looks amazing. So many amazing exclusive third-party consoles to the Wii U that you're not going to find anywhere else, and this Project Treasure just adds to that list. So there's games to play on the system, no matter what people say. What else? That's mostly it. Oh, except DLC for stuff. Puzzle and Dragon Z every day, every week I believe. Yeah, every week they're distributing a new dungeon for the Puzzle and Dragon Z section. Not the Mario part, but the Z section. A new dungeon every week. It's going to be preloaded, I believe, through Spot Pass onto your game for free, which is amazing. And then Splatoon, starting today, or I should say yesterday, because technically after midnight as of this video, it was at like 7 p.m. Pacific time. There was, which would be 10 Eastern time, I believe. They had a new weapon, which is the Splatoon, the NES Zapper as a gun, which is pretty sweet. It was a very rapid fire gun. Haven't had a chance to play it. I worked all day and I was doing other stuff after work, so haven't had a chance to play it. Probably check it out tomorrow. And there's also a new map, so that'll be cool. Again, be checking that out tomorrow. Splatoon's really fun. I really recommend it, guys. But yeah, that was 17 minutes worth of awesomeness. There's quite a few games I'm gonna get. Oh, one more game. Little Battlers Experience. Based on the anime and the toy line. It looks interesting. I'm not a big fan of licensed games, so of course I'm not raring to go out and buy it. But it reminds me a lot. In fact, it reminds me almost exactly like Custom Robo, which is a very good sign. So. And Nintendo hasn't brought that back yet. I know there was one on the DS a few years back, but until they bring out another Custom Robo, this might be the next best thing. So be something to stay tuned with. I think that was August 21st for that. Yep. So interesting. That's for the 3DS, I believe. Yeah. And it has a six-player battles. I don't know. I know it's local. I don't know if that's online. Not exactly sure. I think they just mentioned local. But yeah, 17 minutes of greatness. Really cool. Cannot wait to see what else is upcoming. E3 is going to be insane. The next thing I want to talk about. This is the second thing of talking about two things here, and it's this rumor report, if you will, going around about Nintendo's. Their NX platform is supposedly going to use an Android OS, Android operating system. This is going to be my thoughts on it, so bear with me. And this is coming from, I don't work anything for the industry. I work part-time right now, retail, so obviously I have no say in anything in the industry. But this is from someone who has grown up with video games, who grew up with Nintendo in particular, who knows how the industry is, has researched it, and has studied this stuff and seen it for years pretty much. I personally believe this is bullshit. A couple reasons. One, the NX, we are not even going to see this system until next year at the earliest. It's probably not even going to be until next E3 2016, and even then it's probably going to be like a sneak peek to the system, kind of like how we got a sneak peek to the Wii U in 2011. And the Wii U really didn't hit home until E3 2012. That's when we really seen what the system could do. 2011 was more, okay, we got this new system, here's the prototype, here's some tech demos for it, it's coming out next year. You know. That's what we're going to do. The NX is not going to be out until 2017 at the earliest. Why do I say this? Because of the fact is Nintendo platforms are always 5 to 6 years. Whether the system is successful or not, the Wii U, sure, it's not the Wii. The Wii was Nintendo's most successful system, one of the best-selling systems of all time. The Wii sold, oh gosh, like 100 million, I believe, or close to that. It was like 90 mil, 100 mil, somewhere around that. It's been a while since I actually checked the sales data on it, but the Wii was great. Why was the Wii great? Because it captured an audience that hadn't really played games before. We all know this. The motion controls, a lot of people seen the Wii Sports, seen the bowling, seen that they could, just get up, move around as a family, play these games, really pick up and play. That's what captured people to the Wii. What also captured people to the Wii was you had Nintendo fans who wanted those hardcore Nintendo titles that Nintendo brought out. Stuff like Mario Galaxy, the next Zelda games, things like that. And then you had people who used the Wii as their companion system to their PS3 or their Xbox 360, meaning for most people, they had a Wii. And then after that, it was a choice between PS3 and 360. It wasn't, a choice between Wii and 360, and then everyone bought a PS3 or something. It wasn't like that. The Wii was the system that was always bought to be the main system. Not main system, but to be the overall, family, living room system. That's what sold the Wii, was because you had that. With the Wii U does sort of go more back to hardcore Nintendo fans. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, because the GameCube was also like that. The GameCube had an extremely good library. One of the best libraries of any system of all time, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. The GameCube had so many classics. Melee. Do I even need to say anything beyond Super Smash Bros. Melee? I can name others. Sunshine, Mario Kart Double Dash, Chibi Robo, like we were just talking about a second ago, The Wind Waker, Four Swords Adventures, F-Zero GX, Luigi's Mansion. Just I can go on and on. So many great games in the GameCube. At the end of it all, the GameCube, yes, had the smallest library of these 6th generation consoles, but it had a lot of good hardcore first-party Nintendo titles. The Wii U is following in the GameCube footsteps. It has low sales, but the services and games it provides are plentiful for the Nintendo fans. And that's what it comes down to. It is, I know people are disappointed. The system isn't for them. A lot of people are more for the AAA experiences that the PS4 and Xbox One offer. I understand that. But the Wii U is pretty much for the Nintendo fans, and there are a lot of them. There are millions of them. And there are games that pull in non-Nintendo fans. A lot of people bought the system for Mario Kart because that's one of the best multiplayer games of all time. You can't compete with that. A lot of people bought it for Smash Brothers. Again, same thing. One of the best multiplayer games of all time. Those games sell systems. When Zelda comes out next year or whenever, that will sell systems. It's just there's certain games that just sell systems. Splatoon right now is selling systems because it is a great online third-person shooter that is competitive while at the same time being unique and not more of the same. That's another problem that I believe people are coming to grips with, is too much nowadays is more of the same. But anyways, I'm getting totally off topic here. The Wii U is not, it's going to be the GameCube. The GameCube sort of failed commercially, but it wasn't a Virtual Boy failure. It sold like 22 million. It still put money in the bank, but it didn't hit sales expectations. So they cut it a year early. It was 5 years instead of 6. That's what the Wii U is going to be. 5 years from November 2012 is going to be November 2017. That's when we'll see the NX. So why would anyone know what the NX does at this stage? Let's look back to the Wii U. There was reports coming out about Project Cafe like long before they showed it off, and that was in the same year. That was like in the winter and spring of 2011, before they actually showed off any bit of it at E3. And a lot of that was bullcrap, for lack of a better word, bullcrap. There was stuff saying it was going to be called like the Nintendo Stream. It was going to be a handheld and console all in one. You take the controller with you as a Game Boy of sorts, and then you come back and upload your data and all this other bullshit. There was all this virtual reality stuff going around as well. There was just so much different stuff going around, and 90% of it was wrong. 90% of it was wrong. Why? Because a lot of this is just different outlets and developers that are mostly guessing or estimating basically what Nintendo's going to plan for the future. And then other outlets see that, add their own estimations on that. Other people spin and twist that and be like, oh, well, this developer said this, so we're reporting that Nintendo's going to be like this. And it's like, that's not always the case. It just isn't. I remember the 3DS when that was first coming out. Again, before they even announced it, all the reports of it said it was going to have like dual touch screens. There was reports saying that they were going to go back to making it a Game Boy system. There were reports saying that it was going to be like 4G based and all this other bullshit. And there was a lot of reports, like I remember saying that, oh, the Pokemon Company got the first developer kits, which I don't even think turned out to be true, because X and Y didn't come out for a long time after that, unless they really took years to make it, which I don't think was the case, because in that same time frame they were working on Black and White. They were working on Black and White 2. I don't know. It's just there was a lot of stuff going on with the previous systems that history repeats itself. Right now, the only reason the NX is even known, it shouldn't even been known right now. It should not have been known until next year, because we are 2 years more. We are more than 2 years out from getting this system. I will come back in 2 years, doing my unboxing, November 2017 of the NX, and you will see. I will say, remember 2.5 years ago when I said this system wouldn't be coming out until now? I will go on account and make that bet, saying that that's what's going to happen. That's how it usually happens. The Wii U, yes, it's not selling the best as it should according to sales expectations, but it's putting money in the bank. There's good returns on it, and there's lots of support as far as the software and from the fan base. The Wii U is not going anywhere anytime soon. There's more stuff coming out to it all the time. If you notice, as of now, the 3DS has not been getting as much support as the Wii U, because they've shifted a lot of development to the Wii U. Why would they be doing that if they're gearing up for releasing the NX so soon? They're not going to. So when the NX is still in the planning stages, no one's going to know what it has, what it does, or anything. Another thing, the only reason this is coming out about the whole Android thing is because the whole partnership with Dina, about the whole mobile thing. They've already said they're not abandoning consoles or handhelds. It's just the opposite. They are more dedicated than ever about this. What the mobile is going to do is it's going to offer gateways to their consoles and handhelds, as well as provide smaller experiences on the mobile platform. Things like Pokemon Shuffle, things like Puzzle and Dragons, things like maybe even Push Mode or Stretch Mode. We might get more games like that on the mobile side, while still offering versions on the 3DS or whatever the next system for that will be. That's how it's going to go. You are not going to get the next huge Zelda game on mobile. You are not going to get Super Mario 3D World 2 or Super Mario Galaxy 3 or whatever. You're not going to get that on a mobile. You are not going to get Super Smash Bros. 5 on a mobile. You're not going to get Pokemon, the next Pokemon games on a mobile. You're just not going to get that stuff on mobile. You are going to get more smaller experiences. and you're going to get companion experiences to these games. And with Nintendo, they have a way of making it more balanced. So it's not going to be like all this other crap, or like Assassin's Creed and whatnot, where there's companion apps that do microtransactions and whatever. It's not going to be any of that either. As far as the Android OS overall, I don't think it's going to be Android. I think it's going to be pretty much a continuation of the 3DS and the Wii U. Again, Nintendo made a point saying it's going to be a brand new concept no one's really going to see. But they've said that before. They said it with the Wii. They said it with the DS before that. They said it with the 3DS. They said it with the Wii U. All offered new things. DS obviously had the dual screens and the touchscreen. We had the motion gaming. 3DS had the gyro with the 3D and everything. And the Wii U had the tablet controller and the dual screens that weren't interconnected. So yeah, they've all done their own things. So it stands to ground that Nintendo's always going to do something new with their systems from this point on, while at the same time offering a more traditional gaming experience where it benefits. That's what the Wii U does. Like the Wii U offers so many controller options depending on different games. There's games that utilize the Pro Controller as well as the gamepads. There's games that only utilize the gamepad. There's games that utilize the Wii Remote. So they're going to continue that, and that's what they mean when they say a brand new concept. So that's what that's going to be. Now, if I'm wrong and there is an Android OS in this thing, then what it's going to be is it's going to be a very, very heavily modified version of it. Meaning case in point, this is just the OS itself. The OS. This isn't the actual tech in the box. This is just what's going to be running your menus and your actual system software in general. This is the operating system. That's one component of the entire thing. So, and it's going to be heavily modified. Android, while it is a universal platform, is not. It's not always exactly the same under the hood. You can look at several different tablets on the market and actually tell me like how many of them exactly look the same, how many have the same specs. It's all different. There's so many different tablets that are Android powered, but the interface is completely different than a smartphone, or a Galaxy or something like that. That's what Nintendo will do. I am very confident that they're still gonna continue with the channel little cube setup like they have on the Wii, the Wii U, and 3DS and the DSi and all that. I'm very confident they're going to continue that in some form or another. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts. I don't think it's going to be an Android OS. We are way too early. Like I said, the only reason Nintendo even talked about the NX is because they knew people were going to be afraid that, oh no, they're doing mobile, they're abandoning consoles, which now they've sort of shot themselves in the foot, because by doing that, it's like, well, it's not really shooting themselves in the foot. It's more like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if they didn't announce the NX, then what they were afraid of would have happened. Everyone would have been like, oh no, they're abandoning systems and they're going mobile only, blah, 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 which they're not doing. But now by announcing this so early, everyone's thinking, oh no, it's going to be out next year, the Wii U's a failure, it's abandoned, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. The Wii U's going to be sticking around for a good 2 years on its own. 2 years of grand support on its own. We still got Zelda coming, we still got Xenoblade Chronicles X coming out here in the West. Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem, all the games coming at E3. There's so much stuff coming, so the Wii U's can be sticking around for a long time. And then even after this new system comes out, it's going to be supported post-release, like all their systems are. They've already announced that their new network thing that they're doing with DiNA is going to include the Wii U, as well as the 3DS, as well as mobile tablets, PCs, and the NX. So at this point, I think the NX is just a non-factor. It's something for the future. I think people are getting too overblown about it right now. Right now, it's all about the Wii U, and I'm enjoying it. Been playing Splatoon. Lots of stuff coming out at the end of the year. Star Fox. It's looking good. Looking good. Loving my Wii U. And I will love the next one that comes out, I guarantee you, because Nintendo has never let me down before. But that's, like I said, that's for the future. That's 2 years into the future. So we'll see. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. This video went on for a lot longer than I thought it would. But yeah, I will catch you guys later. Peace.